Who you gonna call? The Old SwitchAroo, where we're talking gaming retro with Mike and Jaymo.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Jaymo. Join us on our epic quest to research and review all 300 plus games in the Nintendo Classics catalog. Today we are detonating our torsos and picking up our heads with Alien Storm on the Sega Genesis in an episode we are calling Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good. If you like what you hear, don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course, play along. Mike, you know what they say about the family that busts together?
I think that's illegal.
Hey, come on.
Did you
We're talking
avoid
about
that
Alien
one?
Busters. Everyone, welcome back to the show. Everyone's favorite Big Daddy, my older brother Justin. How's that dad life treating you?
It's pretty good, and this is Kayla.
He's a kitty. He's got a cat in his arms. And the Strauss Family Circus wouldn't be complete without my younger brother Jonathan. Say your favorite thing about me, Jonathan.
It's how you like to bust while playing Alien Storm.
I think you guys are forgetting that they're called the Alien Busters.
Are they really called that?
I think everybody on Earth has forgotten that.
Yeah.
What?
So, since we last recorded, the Strauss family grew for the first time in 40 years. My older brother, had his first son, affectionately named is Poob. It's a nickname. We can say Poob. Is that
Yeah,
Poop?
his name is Kieran, but his nickname is
Oh,
Poob.
some people.
Yeah, his real name is not Poob, no.
Is that Poop Goblin though? Where's the origin of Poob?
I mean, the actual origin,
Yeah.
because when he was first born, I called him a bunch of different stuff, but Boobala was one of them. And that
Ah.
eventually evolved into I think Boobily, and then that just turned into Poobily.
Because you're not sleeping for days straight, so it's
So it was
like
Boobala, Booble, Pooble, and then Poobily.
that's the
And that's
etymology of Poob.
Yeah.
So he's notorious for dancing along to K-pop Demon Hunters. Has he watched you game? Like, is that like a thing?
I mean, no, because he won't let me. He takes the controller.
He takes the controller?
Yeah, he demands to have it.
He wants to play games, you just Strauss boy.
But is he
He
is he
demands to have it, and then he just tries to purchase every game on Xbox.
Yes. Baby genius.
Or if it's the Switch, he just pulls the Joy-Cons off and parades them around.
And Jonathan, I can't remember if it's Wednesday or Pugsley that interrupts you when you're gaming usually.
Both? They're cats.
I don't know. Whenever I'm trying to play my Switch, Atticus like nudges it out of the way so
Yeah.
he can have my attention. Yeah.
Yeah, Pugsley does that more than Wednesday.
Right. So, guys, without further ado, the People's Laboratory aren't going to save themselves. Are you guys ready to run out of energy prematurely?
The hell?
I mean,
Yeah, I guess so.
it's 2026, so yeah.
Is this going to be a continuing theme throughout the whole?
No. We're talking about Alien Storm on the Sega Genesis, released in 1991. As described on quote-unquote Nintendo Classics, when a vicious alien species invades Earth, it's up to the fearless alien busters to stop the threat. Two players can get in on the action at the same time and bust together and choose from three heroes to take out the aliens ravaging the city. Garth, the bazooka
His
wielding
name is
tough
Garth. And Garen? Wait a minute.
Karen, the lone wolf with a flamethrower. Imagine a Karen with a flamethrower. And Scooter, the robot with an electromagnetic whip. Throughout the stages, you'll swap to a first-person view where you can blast away at enemies in buildings. You'll also pursue enemies in high
Just
speed
look at the enemies in high-speed scrolling segments.
high-speed scrolling segments that add some extra thrills to the fight. This is a port of the popular arcade game from the team behind Golden Axe.
All right, we're going to hold right there.
Do it.
In the manual I looked at, their names are Gordon, Carla, and Slammer.
Yeah.
That's way better than
That's
Garth.
probably the Japanese ones.
Yeah.
Garen and Scooter.
I do remember Scooter because I remember thinking that was a really stupid robot name.
Pretty cool robot name. I love that Scooter the
Mhm.
robot is super deadly. That's fun.
That's like what was the robot movie that was really popular? Short Circuit or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, it's like they wanted to name him Scooter after that or something.
See it? Yeah, they want like the oh he's funny but powerful. Yeah.
And
Like
also
me.
the kids like that movie. They'll
I don't know.
buy the games. They like it.
Let's look at his box art since it's often people's first impressions. Our hunky hero Garth, or what'd you say, Mike? Garrett?
Gordon.
Gordon. Oh, like Flash Gordon. Oh, okay.
Gordon Freeman.
Gordon slash Garth and his robot buddy are squared off in a street fight against two aliens disguised as mailboxes. Jonathan, do we like this box art?
Where's Karen?
Yeah.
You could easily have fit her over there as well.
And Scooter's just sitting there watching.
But it is only 2 players, so that is fair to only have 2 of them. All right, I like it.
The
Yeah.
robot's just Silver Shredder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Ish.
I just feel like his pose is kind of stiff. Like I like there's some fun
Like,
detail. Yeah,
I get the feeling he was added after. Look how different he appears from the dude, too.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he really was.
Like, maybe that's because he's metal, but I don't know. I think they were like, we need another one of the characters in here. And they were like, okay, we'll put the robot in there.
I like that even though it's supposed to be like the weird electric whip thing, it looks just like he has a weird torch because he's just kind of holding it up. There's not really a sense of motion.
No, he's just standing there.
You can't tell if he's whipping or like twirling his wrist, you know what I mean? But I think it's interesting. I feel like Justin totally called the shot because they probably had just Gordon, but they're like, it's a 2-player game. Can you add in a second character?
And they're like, well, the robot's easy to draw. We don't have to do a facial expression at all. We'll just have him standing there.
So has anyone seen the Japanese box art before?
I don't think so. Show us.
Pretty dope. You have this really dynamic wraparound image. The front
The
of the
robot was
box.
just as bad.
No, he's lunging with the whip this time. I mean, you got Karen / Carla in there. She's looking good.
She's
Right?
arching her back.
That's how you fire a flamethrower. You have to arch.
Oh yeah, it's
push your
a
chest
recoil
out
on a flame, you know.
But I do love that this is a wraparound image because on the cover you have the aliens attacking the customer, and it's kind of evocative of the first-person shooter scenes. And then as the image wraps around to the back of the box art, you have our 3 heroes who are like firing at the front cover, so it's almost like they're trying to save the customer. I think this is cool.
Yeah, it's way better than the other one, but the heroes look like they were drawn by a kid this time.
Mike, what's your take?
I feel like they tried to do far too much and it ends up way too cluttered. Like there's even bits like so in the game, the logo is the alien storm on some I don't even know what it's supposed to be on, metal or rock or something. Probably metal.
Space wreckage.
Yeah. And like there is a little corner in that if you pay attention to it, like an eye kind of blinks.
Yeah.
Which is a neat touch to realize. Like I did not even notice it the first time I was on that screen. But this also has another like massive brain with an eye poking out through it kind of thing.
Yeah, the final boss.
And it just feels like, okay, it's that same, ooh, it's a surprise eye to be unnerving, is twice on the cover.
Yeah,
I was
you're
gonna
right.
say, I thought that was the final boss.
It is the final boss. Yeah, but I get what he's saying though. You know, maybe it's thematic, Mike. Maybe it's a motif, right?
The surprise eye.
Well, maybe that's the final boss's eye in the original sign.
I do think it's funny though, because knowing that this came from the people who worked on Golden Axe, and I imagine maybe even some of the box art, because like the little fly heads are totally fantasy here. They're like skulls, but in the game they're very fleshy. It's almost like this looks like something out of Golden Axe. Am I alone? Because that's not how they look in the game.
Yeah, they should just not be there. They clearly drew one and then copied it twice and made it
Yeah.
really busy, like Mike said.
Well, I think it's fun.
Just 3.
In the early 90s, Sega split its developers into different teams called Amusement Machines, where they would compete with one another internally to see who could develop better games. Alien Storm was developed by AM1. That's why there's a little Easter egg here, the warehouse in the first level. Yeah. We'll see them again when we cover Altered Beast, Column, the Shinobi series, and we also enjoyed their work back in Jonathan's first Switcheroo episode back in season 1 when we covered Golden Axe 1 and 2.
Sweet.
Yeah, that game's sweet. I still got to go back and beat Golden Axe for the podcast. Golden Axe 2, I mean. So on that same note, the arcade version of Alien Storm features a fun cameo from Dwarven warrior Gilius Thunderhead. In the game over, he ranks your performance as part of a panel of judges. Jonathan, you guys never played it in the arcades, right?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I never. And Mike, you never saw it in the barcade or anything?
No, I'd never heard of this.
Okay, so you're going in fresh. In addition to extra boss fights and greater graphical detail, the arcade version also features a fun opening cutscene in which our 3 heroes are running an Alien Burgers food truck. When duty calls, they close their shutters and they flip the logo from Alien Burgers to Alien Busters.
I don't think I'd want to eat their burgers. That looks really
It says
terrible.
ugly. Like,
Yeah.
why buy an ugly burger?
the logo for their food truck is an alien-looking hamburger that's pretty disgusting. But it's actually kind of fun because if you look at the menu, takoyaki is an item, and that's fried squid. So it almost implies that they really are killing these aliens and serving them to people because like they're
Isn't that the octopus ball?
yeah, yeah. But you can also put it on like a roll as like a sandwich.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Takoyaki is usually either really good or really bad here in America.
I just feel like Men in Black is kind of, I mean, I guess Men in Black is just borrowing from the conspiracy of the Men in Black, but it's just kind of this whole like we're secret alien busters thing. I don't know, it's kind of fun. Little extra storytelling. The game also has a couple of fun real world actions. In the aforementioned game over screen, the sort of advertisement in the background displays the phrase Genesis does. Do you guys remember this advertising campaign?
Yes, I remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the rest of the
unfortunately,
phrase?
people remember it.
Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah, that was never a good one.
I mean,
We should base a whole pun around that.
yeah, Mike. Maybe we could get a good idea from. You didn't think I made that up, did you?
No, I know you didn't.
Yeah. And then also, this game was made into a 2024
What?
sci-fi movie starring Tom Arnold and Kevin
What?
Sorbo.
You made the AI made this.
Okay, no, it has no connection to the game, but this is a real film that you can watch on Tubi. So Mike's gonna check it out for sure.
You have any idea how much bad trash that is still worth it I have before I get to something like that?
I don't know. The name connection I thought would be fun. Yeah, no, not to be confused. This is not an Alien Storm movie. So before we get into the joy pros of and joy cons of Alien Storm, what is our history with this game and how far did we get? So Mike, you mentioned you didn't know much about it, but you were doing decently last on the old Twitcheroo. How'd you do?
Um, so when going through the manual, it mentions that there's like 8 levels to this, and I presume that's possibly accurate. And I had poked around a little bit to get an idea of how long it takes because I was going to be on compressed time for this. And amusingly, I stumbled onto a Reddit post of someone asking like how to beat this game. And someone's like, "Oh yeah, it's real hard to do on one credit, unlike the really easy port they made." And someone's like, "Well, this is embarrassing. I'm asking about that one." And that person had a couple helpful tips. And so I kept that in mind. And when I played this and used the difficulty settings to my advantage, the furthest I got was the 8th mission.
Okay.
That seems pretty far.
Yeah, the final level. Not bad. Guys, did we ever beat it without Game Genie?
I don't think so.
I don't remember. Probably not.
All right. Well,
We were pretty bad at games when we were kids.
yeah. Well, I know we beat it with Game Genie because I distinctly remember fighting the final boss. But using rewind and save states, I Nintendo beat this game last night.
Nintendo.
Family computer.
Oh, then it doesn't count.
What? Rewind and save states?
Yeah, if you're using that.
That's how he does it. That's the whole thing he does. Is
I thought that's
beat
my
it with
whole thing.
The rewind. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't count as beating it.
Well, I played the sound effect, so too bad.
I mean, that just lets you anticipate exactly what's coming up every 2 seconds.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's right.
I don't fault you because it saves you a heck of a lot of time. And when you're old, you got no time, but it doesn't count.
I do it so I can speak to the entirety of every game. But speaking to the entirety of this game, you curmudgeon, Justin, what is cool about Aliens? I asked if you wanted to record this. It took no convincing.
Oh, what do I think is cool about Alien Storm?
What do you like? I want to go with you first.
It's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's definitely made by some folks that wanted it to be kind of scary. But then when they started making the game, they realized they didn't have quite the skills to make it what they wanted it to be.
Okay.
And so they were just like, screw it, we'll just go with what we got. Like, everything goes too fast. The front shooting stuff is, you know, I imagine they wanted it to be like a hunt down the alien scary jump scare stuff. And instead they just have a bunch of aliens running around. And yeah, and it definitely feels like there was a different intention to the game in the end.
Huh.
Which is why it all comes off so funny, because it's really serious images and activities combined with just absurd levels of energy.
I guess so. It has really funny details, like when you get swallowed by an alien, like your feet kick out for a little second, you know, and like there's, as Jonathan said, there's a hilarious part where an alien tries to run past you, clearly disguised as a little boy, but it's obviously an alien. So I think there's a sense of humor about it. I really love the animations in this game because it's like a beat 'em up, but instead of just punches and kicks, like each hero will use a variety of weapons. So it's like you start with your Thunder Bazooka, which is just a really cool name, and then he like pops a cap with like his gun, holding it sideways, Mike, because it looks so cool. Like there's some real style to this. I think was fun. Mike, I feel like you were digging on the animations.
Does have a good visual look to it. There's a lot of influences. Like it's real easy to see the thing in there, or it's to see a lot of sort of Giger influences in this.
Mm-hmm. Look at the rope. He took his leg off.
The bits were just like you just made the alien from Alien pink.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
What Jonathan's referring to is my favorite character to play, which is Scooter slash Slammer the robot, because when he's attacking, he uses like every part of his body. So like he'll shoot mortars from his shoulders and he'll just rip his leg off, use it as like a rocket launcher, and then put the leg back. And his super attack, Mike, did you ever use his super attack?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fun. He detonates his torso, and so just his head is left on the ground, and then a new body runs up, takes the head, puts it on, and just the fight where it left off. I was like, that's fun. That feels like something you'd see in like a really good like Marvel fight scene. And I also totally agree. I think the enemies are kind of gross and unsettling and kind of satisfying. Do you guys remember the this shot, Jonathan?
Yeah.
Justin, what are you
I don't
looking
know.
at?
What do you mean? The nose that's coming off the side and the
Yeah,
mouth?
describe it for our listeners.
Sounds like a goblin shark.
This is the beginning of the final level.
Is it? Oh, do you get swallowed by that thing?
Yeah, there's this giant mouth that swallows you like Yoshi style, and it's got like a very clear giant booger in
Oh,
the
that's
nose.
right. Yeah, you end up fighting inside it, don't you?
Yeah, and you have to make your way through its innards. It's like the only level that's like a maze. And,
Oh yeah.
at this point in the game, you're running out of resources, so it's kind of stressful. And if you do take a wrong turn, it'll display a map of the alien's internal like architecture. It's just like, okay, this game is keeping it fresh.
I was prepared for this and I never reached it because I think the advice I had was that you always take the right one.
Yeah, if you stay right the whole time. Because
Chris,
that get well, because I mean, if you look at the map of the alien, your goal is to get from its mouth to its brain in the back of its body. And so if you just right, that's going to be the shortest number of trips and the easiest monsters to fight on the way. But Mike, on the Twitch stream, you said that the game had like a good variety to it. Could you mind speaking to that? Because I think that's something that made it more fresh for you.
Yeah, so I went into this expecting basically Golden Axe, but sci-fi. And that's mostly because I believe you explained to me that this game is basically Golden Axe, but sci-fi.
Yeah.
And time-wise, much of it is, but it throws in two other kinds of levels in there. So a lot of this is side-scrolling, mash your attack button in front of an enemy, move to the next enemy, repeat.
Golden Axe.
Yeah. But the other two parts of this, oh, and also I think starts the levels with the same screams as Golden Axe.
Yeah, the civilian. Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gone back to check, but like it's it that I'm like this sounds like it might actually be the exact same screams, not just similar screams. I guess it'd be weird if you had a whole library of screams ready to go.
Yeah, you got to make a phone call at that point.
But yeah, so the other two things that it does, one are running levels where you're constantly running and you can move a little bit on where you're on the screen, but your character is always running to the right. And so you're having to do a little bit of jumping over hazards and avoiding hazards and shooting things. And then there's also these scenes in rooms where you're basically panning left and right, and it's a first person angle. And it reminds you a lot of like a rail shooter or something that has those levels where you're just panning to one side and things are running out from areas. And as you shoot and destroy everything, you'll find items.
Yeah, it's like destructible environments. So like when you're at the grocery store, you can shoot the sodas, and all the cans will burst. And sometimes there'll be energy, and sometimes there'll be like med kits. Mike, you and I played last night. Did you catch how I was trolling you in these levels?
No.
Jonathan, you know what I'm talking about. You were doing it to Rex, weren't you?
Now you're doing a little trolling on your friend Mike, like stealing his battery.
Jonathan, how do you steal the batteries though?
You gotta shoot it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was intentionally not grabbing those because you were complaining that I was wasting my energy. and so I figured you had a better use for him.
Jeez, man, a little passive
Why would you
aggressive
kiss
there.
Jeremy like that?
No, because I was never out of energy, so I'm like, okay, maybe if this saves up, that'll do something. I'll let him deal with that.
Sounds like you're being micromanaged.
No.
Dun, dun. But it is a fun mechanic though, because it's like you don't really interact with each other much in this when you're playing two-player mode. It's not like the Simpsons arcade game where if you walk up to each other, you can do a special attack or you can throw each other. In the first-person shooter segments, when you get a power-up, it starts to slide down the screen towards that player's health bar. But if the other player shoots it, you can take it, you can steal it, and you can shoot it back, and you can fight over a power-up. It's kind of a fun little like they didn't need to be there, but it definitely made things more fun. What do you guys think about the run and gun though? Mike mentioned it kind of mixes it up. I think they're pretty silly.
Yeah, it doesn't really add too much because you're already going left and right anyway. It's just a
Yeah.
little faster. Like, it's not nearly as cool as the FPS, as wonky as it is.
Although Justin and I did enjoy the giant leap over the canyon. Like you really
Yeah.
become like
Yeah, but they're
superheroes.
not. They aren't that long, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's kind of this game's equivalent of like the turtle hoverboard mission.
Yeah. If it was any longer, it would have been a problem for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, when they just take up like a minute or two here and there, I feel like it's fine.
I did like that one of the boss fights was in that mode. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you have the UFO ship and you have to like make it crash. Yeah, and that's kind of what I like most about this game is that it just mixes things up in a way that like I didn't mean to play with Mike last night, but I was watching him on Twitch and I was like, I want to play. Like there's something about this game that makes me just want to grab the controller.
They did the smart thing of all the sections are none of them are very long. The main portions or the two side bits, so you're not feeling like you're stuck in one mode for too long.
Yeah, I think with the lack of enemy variety, because a lot of the game you're just fighting color variants of the first two enemies you see.
That's a kind of enemy variety.
Yeah, I know. But it's just like I do agree with Justin though, is that if this game had overstayed its welcome, that would have it would kind of sucked the wind out of the game a little bit. Especially also like how you reuse the first boss fight. But it's like it only reuses it like once. So, you know.
I mean, that's a staple of games of that period for like every single one of them. Like you are guaranteed to fight every boss at least twice.
Yeah,
Not
that's true.
Sonic.
Not in Sonic, Sonic different every time. So did anyone check out the dual mode, Mike? I know you played this one. I thought it was kind of interesting, but I feel like there was some potential here that was sort of missed. Did you like dual mode where it's like a horde mode and you have to get through waves of tougher and tougher enemies?
Not really, because they're all obnoxious.
Okay. You don't like fighting these enemies, so you're gonna save that for the Joy-Cons.
I think it's just having just that has like nothing going for it because it's removed the more interesting parts.
Ah, the intermissions. Yeah, I guess so.
You think that wasn't an enemy test mode that they just decided to make a game mode?
It's actually a pretty good theory.
Yeah, probably.
Never really thought about that, but someone's like, hey, we could just turn this into a mode. Yeah. And then also, you know, in this one, you can't use your super attacks. So there's even less variety than the regular game. So I agree with that. I thought, and maybe this is because I kicked his fight. Sorry, I swore, Mike. I creamed Mike in versus mode. I'm sorry. Did you, Jonathan? Don't make that face. Did you guys try two-player versus?
Yeah.
I didn't get a single hit on this guy. I'm never playing that again. You owe me money.
The fact that you got to line up so perfectly makes it pretty
I
pointless.
couldn't hit you.
Yeah, because I lined up perfectly every time, right when you weren't shooting.
This makes me want to fight Rex in two-player versus because, like, I also, you know, I mean, I know I'm talking trash right now, but like, Mike barely touched me, so I wonder if Rex and I went.
Oh no, I was defeated in this
Who would
game
be
that I'd
the-
never played till yesterday, and you've played since childhood.
Ah, I never miss a chance to talk shit, Mike. You know that. But yeah, but I found it surprisingly fun. I think because this game, the movement is so fast compared to Golden Axe and like Streets of Rage. Having a roll instead of a jump, I like a lot because like you can roll if two enemies threaten to flank you, you can roll out of the way. You can roll behind a big slow moving enemy. I mean, I know Justin said like they were kind of going for something spooky and they sort of couldn't achieve that, so they went for this instead. But I really like this game's speed. I feel like it's hard to go back to Streets of Rage after Alien Storm. No?
Mm,
Okay, just me? Could be just me.
I think the combat in Streets of Rage is like way better. It feels like you actually are doing what you want to do.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
forget the speed. I just want to know that I can hit the enemy I'm intending to.
Yeah.
I think the speed makes up slightly for the complete lack of aim and the
Yeah.
fact
Yeah.
that you have such narrow lanes to hit things. Like if it was slow and really bad to aim, then yeah, I would probably never played this game more than 5 minutes. But
That's true.
and I wonder if maybe they sped it up a bit, knowing that because they were like, oh, this is going too long.
Interesting.
Everything feels like they just put the internal game clock a little bit faster than it should have been.
Okay.
Just all the animations feel like they're
Yeah.
just like double speed.
It's frenetic. Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like that was necessarily intentional.
Interesting. Yeah, because it does feel hard to control at times. Well, we're dangerously approaching Joy-Con territory. So do we have anything else we want to praise about the game before we start to complain?
I appreciate that you cannot shoot civilians.
Well, you can
Yeah.
in the first person shooter mode, you can shoot them and lose life.
Okay, well, I failed to do that. So
He's a good boy.
Mike
he has
can't
great
even
trigger
shoot
discipline.
civilians.
But it's funny though you say that because I was actually thinking that that would have really added tension and been a cool little gameplay moment is if there were parts where like you could accidentally shoot civilians and you had to stop and like aim. Well, I guess Justin said the aim is maybe not good enough to support this idea.
that's exactly why, where it was like, it was finicky enough that, like, if I had to avoid that when I already felt like I didn't have good control, it would have been really frustrating.
I do think though that some of the animations of the civilians it kind of add some fun drama to it. Like you see civilians get swallowed, or Riri pointed out the absurdity of one alien just chewing on the corner of a house just endlessly. There's a part in level 2 where you walk up on a mother and child and they're both like these aliens are just slashing at them, but you can just stand there for like 10 minutes and just watch them be like so yeah, kind of unintentional humor. Well, before we get into the Joy Cons, I want to do a quick mini game minute. We're gonna call AI for detail.
What?
One of the one of the more fun aspects of Alien Storm is the way your enemies will enter the screen disguised as either civilians or pieces of the environment or trash cans. Sometimes they're perfectly
See you later,
disguised.
trash can.
Wait, what was that a reference to?
Captain EO.
Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that now. So sometimes they're perfectly disguised, and other times it's hilariously obvious. So I don't know if this is a problematic thing, but I used AI for this segment. In the spirit of the Body Snatchers, I'm going to present you guys with two images. One
Little
is
fascism bot.
we can cut this segment. I don't know, but the idea is I'm going to show you an actual image and an AI image. Can you guys tell which one was genuine and which one was created using AI, and thus is like an alien, facsimile?
This has nothing to do with Alien Storm. What are you talking about?
Well,
Yeah,
because the aliens disguise themselves, and sometimes it's
Yeah.
obvious and sometimes it's not.
the bottom one is AI.
Yeah, look at him.
I'm showing them two pictures of Pedro Pascal from The Last of Us. One is AI generated, and one is an actual set photo.
You realize we're gonna have to flag the video if we do this, right?
I didn't realize that.
Yes.
You gotta flag it as AI generated content included.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're gonna play my game, Mike. We don't have to put it
Okay.
in. God, man.
And I have a game for you. It just skips the next thing.
He can cut
Our
out
game
me
for you is
mentioning
called
the.
Alien Storm. Let's go play it on the Switch.
Well, you know what? Those AI videos getting a lot of clicks. Okay, I'm getting a lot of crap here right now. Justin thinks the bottom one is AI, but Justin, for the listeners, maybe. What makes you say that?
There's way too much detail. Like AI goes way hard on the tiny details.
Okay, Jonathan, you agree?
Yeah, he's got the fake old smile.
It's the same thing same problem you have with all the modern CGI stuff. It's like real life actually isn't that detailed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I'm seeing it 1000K or whatever.
I
It's
don't actually see every single pore on your face when I look at you.
I think this is an interesting experiment. Mike, do you agree that that's the AI one?
I'm not sure. I would suspect that be slightly more suspecting of the top one because I think it would need more prompt to have the bottom.
Ah, like the blank background's making you suspicious.
At least somewhat. But
All right. Well, that point goes to Rex and Stub. The bottom one is in fact the AI. Okay, so now we got Norman Reedus
Oh
in. So
no!
okay, so we start with
I can barely even see this.
we start with an actor in a game movie. Now this is an actor in a game, and then we'll end with just a game in a game. So Norman Reedus in Death Stranding. So which do you think is AI?
What? What are you talking about? The second one isn't even from the game.
One of these is a screenshot of the game, and the other one
Oh, you
is
know
AI
what?
trying to make it look like a game.
Yeah, it's the top one for sure.
Is AI generated?
Yeah, I just played this game. It's not that good, by the way, and it does not look that good. It looks like the bottom one.
All right, Jonathan says the top one is the alien faker. Justin, agree?
No, it's got to be the bottom one. Why is his head so giant?
Because he's a freaking little
Does he really
model.
have a giant head like that?
Not that giant.
It's,
Look at
that
his
is
head is
huge.
just as giant in the top
Also,
one.
why is the baby dancing in there?
Do you know how weird? What's the name of the guy who makes these games? Kojima or something like that?
Yeah, Kojima.
This game
Yeah.
is just strange because it's Kojima. This is very normal.
Did the baby do that in the game? I never played it.
The baby does all sorts of stuff. The baby can give you likes. It gives you social media
Can he?
likes. Yeah.
That's what's holding us back, Mike. The likes. The baby likes. Okay, Mike, so they're split. Which one are you siding with, Jonathan or Justin? Do you think the top one or the bottom one?
On a certain level, this is here are two computer generated images.
Correct.
Which,
Yeah.
which one was computer generated by a computer generating it?
Yes, twice removed from humanity.
Because I don't really know the game,
I get it.
but I think there's a point to be made that I think I would go the bottom is the real fake whatever.
The one from the game.
The one from the game, because I would think the AI would over detail a computer game's background.
Okay. Okay. Well, Mike is right. The top one is
told you.
AI generated. Justin is wrong. That is just a screenshot from the game. All right. So
Glad
last
I
one.
never played this game.
I understand. I understand. This is an experiment to see how attuned we are to detecting computer generated things.
They're both computer generated.
I understand that, but
Yeah, I
one
mean,
is
it doesn't really completely count since, yeah, they're both computer generated.
it's a thought experiment. Get on my level. One more.
I feel bad for the game now.
Which one is a screenshot? Jonathan's looking at screenshot of Super Mario Sunshine. Jonathan, which one is AI?
What's even coming out of the top of his head on the top one? There's like a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense in that.
So you're saying the top one
Mario
is AI?
Sunshine makes sense.
What's even happening behind him? There's like, it has to be the top one. That makes no sense.
Okay,
Those
Justin,
words
agree?
behind him aren't even words. I don't think that's even like any sort of kanji.
Sure, I'll go with the top one.
It has to be the top one. Look at it.
Why are there two toads just observing him in the distance in the bottom one, though? Where's his? Does he have another arm, or is the sun so blinding that we can't see his?
The sun is so blinding because he's picking up that thing. It's definitely the top one. Look at this. Look how ridiculous this is.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the top one, but
the shadows
the
aren't
bottom
even
one
all
looks
correct on the
stupid,
top
too.
one. The shadows are coming from two different angles on the top one.
Okay.
You see the palm tree behind him is shadowed like the wrong way. It's
Oh,
like there's
yeah,
two
it is.
suns.
Or that could be another palm tree off to the side.
No.
What? That's not how light works.
There's no such thing as a second palm tree.
All right. So Justin, are you agreeing the top one is AI?
Yes.
Mike,
Does Mario even have 5 fingers?
does he?
I don't know.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Because he's supposed to be a human.
I think I would also go the top one.
All right. Well, you're all right. So full disclosure,
That's ridiculous.
making this game, I ran out of image generation credits. I was like, well, I guess I'm going with that one because it's the last one I can do. All right. Well, Jonathan is officially the best at detecting the imposters. He has won AI for detail. And Mike, we could always just not show the video. Like we could just talk about it.
But you might have to flag it just talking about it.
You think so? I don't see
You don't have
why.
to flag to talk about it.
Now, the flag is especially if you are showing images of real people that are not real images.
You chose.
What if you AI alter Jaymo's voice for that segment?
Yeah, what if?
Removed.
I said
Twice
real
removed.
people.
Whoa, Jesus Christ. I don't think I deserve that. Okay, well, Mike, since you've clearly got some alien tentacle up your butt right now, why don't you tell us what you
Whoa.
don't like about Alien Storm?
Wait, but first, Jaymo, that picture of that naked dancing person behind you is very mesmerizing.
It's a painting. That's a Monet.
Is it? Well,
Yes!
whatever it
A
is.
painting is a kind of picture.
Well, she's not dancing either. She's
And
posing.
Monet might have had artificial intelligence. We don't know.
It's true. It's true. Maybe this is all a simulation. Odds are, did you guys hear that, like, if simulations are possible, chances are we are in it?
Yeah, but did you also hear that's just nonsense? Like the entire
I
theory
mean,
is like,
there's
so
also
like
an
if this
equal
impossible
possibility
thing
that
happened, then it did. It's like, well,
yeah,
what are you not saying anything?
there's an equal possibility that I am God and I'm just dreaming all of this. Like,
Mm, but
okay.
then
It means nothing.
that makes him Pubis then.
Ever have one of those times like you wake up and you realize that you've just dreamt a day because you realize like, wait, no, I did none of that happened. That whole thing was what I just dreamed a boring day of nothing of note.
Oh my God, have you
I'm
guys
very
seen
sorry, Mike.
have you guys seen Friendship starring Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd?
No.
No.
Oh, you guys have to see it. It is hilarious, but anyone who's watched that movie knows how great the subway scene is. I won't say anything more.
We're like 9 degrees away from Alien Storm right now. What's going
Okay,
on?
so get us back on topic then, okay, Jonathan? What do you not like about Alien Storm?
The combat not very good.
What? Yes, it
Combat
is.
no good.
It's not good. You have to
Combat
wiggle
you
your
said
line to the
play.
pixel. Facts.
So it's sloppy. It's just too sloppy.
Very sloppy.
Yeah.
That was like just now playing it. I was like, oh, this is worse than I remember it. Like
Yeah, I wondered.
I would not
Is
play
that
that game on my own time.
Is that a port
again.
problem or is that the original game problem? It's probably original game problem.
It's probably the original game.
I don't think it was ever that of a game, and it's probably exacerbated by playing online together. When Mike and I played last night, I like ruined his Twitch stream because we got down to like 2 frames per second of
What?
lag. It was wild. But okay, so I don't know anything about electronics, okay? So before people start dumping on me, I'm admitting I don't know if this is stupid or not to ask, but I was using the wrong power cable for my Switch 2. I couldn't find it, so I just used like whatever one for the Chromebook or whatever. Is there any chance that that would affect how well it's performing online if it's
No.
hosting the game? No?
No, that affects the charge.
But doesn't it? Right, because I could just play it in my hands. Okay.
I mean, I think their USB cables have the chip that makes it recognize when it's not the proper one or something like that.
So, Mike, why was it so much better? Is it just because Jackie wasn't watching the pit in the next room? Like, why was it so much better today?
That was probably it.
You got to talk to your internet service provider too. They could have been throttling you.
Yeah, they were probably throttling you because you were using a streaming service.
Like, get that guy doing too
I'm not
much in his house.
fully sure. I think it's probably also something that my suspicion here is that in setting this up for online, because we've talked about this before, where that this is being basically run on the Switch that's hosting.
Right.
And I think what it may be doing is that it is sending pretty close to full video to the second player.
Probably.
Would make sense.
And the contrast to that is what a modern game would do is it sends enough information that the additional players can basically run things locally.
Right.
And so you only have to provide the information of this character has moved, and that's a lot less information than what's the entire screen look like. And I kind of wonder to what extent that's been optimized.
Okay.
And if it hasn't, if it's not at all or not much, then we get what happened there. And that it also goes into, I have said this before, and it has always been Mike's just blaming things for not being good, which I feel is not the case because I own up to being not good a lot, which is that on some of these 2-player things, when I am playing where someone else is hosting it, and I'm like, this is going worse for me than it did when I played single player because it feels like there's a little bit of delay.
Yeah.
I finally have video evidence that it does that.
Okay.
And I think that's just because I think it's sending full video, and that is actually a lot of data, especially if it's not being compressed well. And so I just think it's not optimized for that.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. It's sending all the control inputs to your Switch, running it on the emulators if it's one system, and then, just porting the image back. That makes a lot of sense.
That's from the development side. That's easy. That's relatively easy.
Yeah.
To actually have something where things are being run in both places is a lot. Like, that's a lot of work that you would have to do for every game. So I'm not surprised that it's not been done.
But I do think that they deserve some credit because like Riri didn't even know that like you could play any of these classic games with a friend via online connection. And like in the terms of retro gaming space, we've been talking about this a lot because of my appearance on Super Wall Jump, but like what differentiates this from emulation is that like if we wanted to play Aliens, we would have had to wait till Justin visits from Colorado. You know what I mean? Like that's a really cool thing that we can just have this nostalgia hit and yeah, it's not the best, but it's a lot better than nothing. And there's no way they would have like customized the online connection for all these games. I think they did something really cool, but if you expect to be like high quality, you're gonna get a bad impression of
Yeah,
it.
it's basically to do that in a way that was actually designed for online play. At that level, you are remaking a game
Yeah,
because you
exactly,
have to go
exactly.
into the code, whereas what they're doing now is ultimately still a surface level thing. If you're changing where the inputs come from and where the outputs go, but you're not changing the codes. So like I understand it, but it does mean that that shows up, and it makes me wonder how it decides how to sort of constrain the output. And like we've seen this with other games with the Switch that just don't handle online play well. What the heck's the one that parodies like every action movie that I'm blanking on the name of the modern game.
Broforce?
There we go. Yeah, remember that we hit weird issues playing that online where like one person would be out of sync with everybody else,
Yeah.
and that's the exact sort of situation that you're avoiding. Is in that case, it's working the way it's supposed to, in that everyone's doing their control inputs, and then it kind of goes out to everybody, and everything's supposed to stay in place. But as soon as something gets out of sync, you end up with, someone is stuck somewhere else or can't see something that everyone else can see.
Yeah.
And you get those kinds of problems because all of that's happening within the game.
So getting back to Alien Storm as a game, because like if you had a cartridge of this would all be a moot point. Justin, I don't like the energy system. Do you? The fact that you need to get the batteries?
Mhm.
I mean, it's the same as every game at the time.
It just didn't really add anything to me. It would just
Yeah,
added this like extra annoyance. I mean, I guess there's like the idea of like, oh, you can't just swing like crazy. You have to pick your moment to not
the
waste the
same as the
energy.
potions and Golden Axe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just the potions again.
but it's like when you run out of energy in this game, you are so hamstrung because you have this melee attack that has zero range and bears any damage. Or if you're in first person shooter mode, your rate of fire drops so low that you can't even defend yourself.
It's also hampered by the absolute lack of accuracy in the side scroller.
100%. Yeah. But like, I wish that like it would have been interesting if there was a way to purposefully do the melee attacks when I'm trying to conserve energy. Because if that's an option, let me use that on like smaller enemies that I know aren't a threat and then use my weapon on the bigger ones. I feel like that would have been little split second decision making. It would have gone a long way. I don't know how you do that. I guess maybe you'd press both buttons at the same time to melee. I don't know. Mike, I feel like so you played this with a six button controller, and I kind of feel like you had a harder time. Do you think it was more difficult because the old Sega controllers are not as form fitting as the newer controllers?
I'm not sure I follow the premise of why I would have had a harder time with the controller. The only part of it that I had an issue with, and I think this wouldn't be controller specific, I did not, I think the D pad was overly sensitive.
Yeah, that's what I heard you say.
Hmm.
And that made aiming on the first person stuff really frustrating,
Yeah.
especially for the smaller, more annoying enemies.
Yeah, the deep not going to be as good as a joystick for the first person shooter segments.
But yeah, so there's a sensitivity thing, but I otherwise that controller works fine. I don't see the modern controller as better.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's just something when I try to go back to old Genesis and it's like the three buttons in a row, I'm like, I can't reach.
There was one problem with that controller, and that's one of the extra buttons that they put is on the top. Then I would accidentally hit that because that's where my hand is already.
Oh,
And so it would hit the button when I'm trying to, I'd hit a different button that's basically effectively the part of, closing down to hit one button. The other part of my hand hits that button a few times. That was annoying.
yeah. I saw you opening up the home menu accidentally and I picked Alien Soldier accidentally like three times when Mike was streaming. I kept up the wrong game
What's that?
because it's all just word pasta. Does anyone else have anything to complain about Alien Storm? Because
Mm,
Rex says not that scary. Jonathan says it's sloppy. Mike says he wants better online connectivity.
more continues.
More continues.
Is there no way to increase it?
No, and
No.
it's a thing where since it's only 3 continues, and first of all, it's frustrating for anything that's like, oh, we have an arcade mode, and it's like, no, arcade was like, no, you can't give any more money.
Yeah, they want your
Like,
money.
yeah, it's like part of the benefit of things that are pitching themselves as that usually are like, I can keep continuing, and I'm good with that. But also, when you then do 2-player, I feel like it should be more continues than it would have been.
Right. The other person should bring their own set of continues.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I wonder why we died so quickly because I was also your continues. That's really funny. You know the one game that actually got it perfect? Do you guys remember Target Terror on the Wii? It was like a really cringy, like Lethal Enforcer style shooter with like
What?
interns filmed. We played this a lot back at Brotown,
I
but this is
vaguely remember it.
This
Yeah.
game?
Was this
yeah,
the one I
like
killed myself with?
yeah, you put the light gun up against your chin and fired and like went limp.
Jeez.
The
Wait,
part
was
I
this on like
didn't,
Sega
the
CD
part
or
that was
something?
great was because that was after it had ended. Was I didn't know it would play the audio of the shot.
Wait, so this is gonna be great for the podcast, but I'm gonna pantomime one of the deaths of the characters. So Mike, I need you to pretend to shoot me, okay?
Bang!
Dang.
Do you remember?
You have to say we didn't see any of that because you have to say something or else it just stays on Mike when he says that.
Yeah, I
He
didn't
has
see
laid
anything
down
we
on the
did.
floor.
Yeah, like he gets and then he gently lowers himself into his death pose. But that's neither
Was
here
this
nor
in the
there.
arcade or something?
It was in the arcade, one of those raw thrill games. But anyway, my point though is that this was an arcade game, but every time you went through and got a game over, you got 3 more continues for your next run. And I loved that because I hate when a game is arcade style and you get infinite continues because then you go blow through it in one sitting and then you're like, well, I paid like a lot of money for this and I've seen everything it has to offer. This is kind of a bummer. So, like that system, and I would rather Alien Storm have not enough continues than too many.
I would like infinite continues, and if you don't want to use infinite continues, don't.
Yep, you
Yeah,
betcha.
you got me. It's an accessibility thing. Always favor inside of accessibility. I like that. All right, guys. Well, I think that brings us to the moment of truth for the Joy Pros, the Joy Cons, and every bit in between. Now it's time to declare today's game as a Nintendo or a NintenDON'T. Jonathan, can we start with you?
I'm gonna do a rare NintenDON'T. Like, if you played this
What?
before, you can revisit it. But like just now playing it with Rex for a little bit, I was like, this game sucks. I wouldn't play this if it wasn't for
Oh
this podcast. It was just
no!
like sloppy and kind of dumb. Like
That's me. That's me in a game.
like it's special because I played it before, but it didn't feel special at all coming to it again. Like I couldn't even tell you like what music was playing in the background of the level or something like that. There's you can just forget it. Like
Oh.
other things that play that are better. I was like, ugh.
Oh gosh. Okay, Mike, let's throw it to you next. Oh, actually, let's do Justin next.
Okay. I'll say Nintendo, but just as a try it out briefly. Like you're not gonna play this more than 5 minutes. It's kind of
Oh
it's
my,
kind of fun to see that jump. You'll get to it in your first playthrough, and then you're okay. You can stop.
I played it for 3 hours preparing for this podcast.
You loved it.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know how long I'd last having to line up every shot as badly as you do, which I do wonder if that's just a whatchamacallit, a port issue.
All right. So, Mike, I think you're high on this one. Where you landing?
Well, I think as kind of was covered, this is just Golden Axe with a couple extra things. Golden Axe, I enjoyed, and this criticism has been made that this is, as a port, overly easy compared to whatever the arcade game was. You can set the difficulty to easy, you can set the energy to easy, which I don't understand as a setting, but it says easy, so I'll use it.
Well, what do you mean? It just gives you your attacks take up less energy.
Okay, I didn't know. It just says
Okay.
easy, and I'm like, whatever that's doing. I don't know if that gives me more energy. I don't know if that makes less go away. I don't
Oh,
care.
okay.
And so, sort of setting all those things, and then just going into a game that I'd never played before, and just had like a couple tips from one guy on Reddit who had some advice.
And hopefully watching this episode. Like we
One
should get the
hopes.
one.
I got to like the 6th mission the first time through,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure there's a part of me that is heavily driven to go back, in part because there's like, say, one boss that shows up at least twice that is just obnoxious. Like
Yeah.
the boss battles were frustratingly unsatisfying because you have a melee attack and they are large and you don't want to be near them. So there's definitely an element to that hampers me wanting to play a lot more of it, but I had fun for the part that I did, and I'm totally content being like, well, I entered the last level and that's it. But it's definitely from all that, it's a Nintendo for me, just slightly above Golden Axe.
Okay, that's funny. I wonder if you also ranked it the same as I did. I am so sad that Jonathan's so low on this game. Justin is like a reluctant Nintendo because I adore this game. Weird goes a long way with me. I will always forgive sloppiness as long as creativity is the end result. I think tonally this game is super fun. It's fast. I feel like it's really satisfying to blow up the aliens and watch them catch on fire, and you're using all these super powerful weapons, and it's one button for all the different weapons, so it's very turn your brain off kind of fun, and I'm big on that. But then also, I think there is a certain depth to it. I think that like distancing yourself from the enemy to trigger certain attacks. I thought the versus mode felt really satisfying and fun. I still want to play Justin afterwards if he has time because I'm curious how we go toe to toe. But this is Lord help me. I think this is a Super Nintendo for me. So good. I love Alien Storm. I love it. So let's segue into our and standings, where Mike and I take our rankings and mathematically combine them to find the space in between. Mike, where did you rank this?
I put it 32nd, right between Kirby's Adventure and Golden Axe.
Better than Golden Axe, but not as good as Kirby's Adventure. Okay, Jonathan's making a face like he doesn't agree.
Better than Golden Axe. It's got golden in the name.
I also put it right above Golden Axe, Mike.
What? Okay,
then
there's something wrong with both of you, that's for sure.
You need to switch that to NintenDO'N't, Jay Strauss.
I think a big part of it, the other gameplay modes kind of kept things a bit more fun, whereas Golden Axe hits a part where I'm kind of like, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm never going to get to see an axe. I'm just going to keep like hitting people.
Yeah, there's a repetitiveness that sets in with Golden Axe that this game never really suffers from. And then mine was right below Mario, which is also a really sloppy, wacky game that I like a lot. So I think that's pretty appropriate. So that means that for our official and standings, the ranking of Alien Storm is, if I can spell alien properly, 23 out of over 100 games. Actually, let's just give you the exact number. Out of 100 games.
This is the 100th game you've reviewed.
Every game we've reviewed, this is the 100 and well, actually, it's going to be different because we record out of order a little bit. Anyway, this game is ranked 23rd, just below Tecmo Bowl, but just above Breath of Fire 2. How's that feel for you? I don't think these guys have played Breath of Fire 2 or maybe even Tecmo Bowl.
No.
Nope.
Is alphabetically, would this be the first?
Would it? I'm not gonna sort it and screw up Mike's algorithm. He'll get real mad at me. That's so funny though. First in alphabetical list. Mike, I'm okay with this. I think it better get Breath of Fire 2, and I think Tecmo Bowl might be slightly better.
And this does appear to be the veritable aardvark of games.
Explain.
It is indeed alphabetically first.
There you
Nice.
go. Can't take anything away from
Until
that.
you
Well,
play
guys,
Alien Soldier.
that's right. He's right. And if you deliberately start it instead of accidentally, like I kept doing on Mike's stream last night, guys, we're gonna call that game over for today. Rex Stub, it's been awesome having you guys. And everyone, join us next week. Do you guys want to plug anything? You don't, right?
No.
I didn't ask ahead of time. Jonathan, do you want to plug
I
something?
made a really good breakfast sandwich this morning. Add hash browns to it for the sriracha mayo.
Okay, well, guys, the sriracha mayo sounds excellent. Everyone, join us next time when we'll be questing for Camelot with Quest for Camelot on the Game Boy Color. We will also be reviewing the film. It is the only game for our that has a that is based on a film. So we're going to be covering both of those, and it's going to be so excited. I am stoked. Mike, have you ever seen that movie before?
Yes, I own it somewhere. I got it
Ooh.
like a year ago for Christmas.
Michael, we busting out the DVD, and I hope that you bust out the website www.theoldswitcharoo.com. There you can find links to our Spotify, our Discord, YouTube, TikTok, and all the social medias you can shake a joystick at. Big thanks to Crystal Fields for our incredible intro song. And please, dear listener, don't forget to like and subscribe. Every click means so much, and you mean so much to us. Until next time, this has been the Old SwitchAroo, where we've been talking gaming retro with Mike and Jaymo.
I've been Mike.
And I've been Jaymo. Game on, everyone. Say something fun for Mike to discover when he listens to the recording later.
Belly, 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 belly.
He's gonna watch this footage and be like,
Wait, what is Rex doing? Did he show his belly?
he's showing all flesh.
Oops, all flesh.
I really hope Mike has family over in the background. It's just when he's doing the edit. Justin, do you have any, or both of you actually, do you guys have any hard outs?
No, but Pops is coming over in a little bit he fixed some furniture for us, and we're gonna feed him meatballs.
That's fun.
What a great time.
Dylan makes meatballs, or do you make meatballs?
I definitely do not. They're Swedish meatballs.
Those are so good. I like that Mike comes back and we're just having the most innocuous conversation about Swedish meatballs. It's and that's all that happened while he was gone. Hello, Mike. Welcome back.
That'll be an interesting thing to revisit.
You gave it away, Jaymo. You shouldn't have said anything.
I'm sorry.
Jaymo ruins everything.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he has no idea what's coming.
But still, now he knows it's coming, so he's going to be on guard.
Ah.